Kwa interview ya Obina, Rigathi Gachagua, the former deputy president of the Republic of Kenya, alikuwa amesema that in the last 2 to 3 years, President William Ruto, outside of the money he already had, the billions and millions he already had, for the last 2 to 3 years alone, Mr. President William Ruto, the current president, as you all know, he earned more than 3 to 4 trillion Kenya shillings. Let me give you an insight of how much money that is. Yani ndio mtu aibe 3 to 4 trillion. Na mimi sijasema ni Gachagua amesema. Now, let me give you an estimation. For example, every morning ukiamuka na utumie 100,000 Kenyan shillings. I know it's hard to use and it is easy, but let's assume on an average life you live a good life. Kila asubuhi ukiamuka na unatumia 100,000 Kenyan shillings every morning, time is 30 days. So for the whole month you will use 3 million Kenyan shillings. Umeelewa hapa? You will use 3 million Kenyan shillings. Now let's do that times 12. Every year you will use 36 million Kenyan shillings. And now let's do that on average. On average, let's say Sahayu uko 30 years. I will give you another 150 years. So for the next 150 years, if you are alive and you use every day 100,000 Kenyan shillings. Sikiliza vizuri, let me land 100,000 shillings, 3 million every month, 36 million every year for the next 150 years. Imagine you will only spend 5.4 billion Kenyan shillings. Imagine for the next 150 years. Now imagine 1 trillion is how many billion? Because as far as we know, ukichukua 999 shillings ukiongeza 1 shilling ndio inakuwa 1000. 900,999 ukiongeza 1 ndio inakuwa 1 million. Ukichukua 999 million uongeze 1 million ndio inakuwa 1 billion. Ukichukua 999 billion uongeze 1 billion ndio inakuja how much? Trillion. Imagine now wewe for the next 150 years if you are using only how much let's say 100,000 daily, you will only spend 5.4 billion. But this guy, he got 2 or 3 or 4 trillion according to the estimation of Rigathi Gachagua for the last 3 to 2 years. Let me show you Rigathi Gachagua akiwa anasema kutoka mdomo yake, na tusikilize. Wewe utuambie kwa comment section what you think about this, and then I will show you some other things yani yenye itakufanya akili yako yani to awaken. Okay, I don't know whether Rigathi Gachagua has evidence, but kwanza let's listen to him.
So it's about money,
and he's rich, filthy rich. In the last 2 years, in my estimation, when I look around, he must have made 3 to 4 trillion. Yeah. It's filthy rich. And I think that was his dream. I don't think he cares about this country. I'm not sure anymore he cares. Because people are making noise, he's not interested. People are raising issues, he doesn't bother. But he is rich, that he has achieved. Rich, filthy rich.
I am pretty sure at this point unajiuliza, where is President William Ruto keeping 3 to 4 trillion Kenyan shillings? That is a lot of money. Now, on the other side, or on the brighter side, let me say that Rigathi Gachagua, on that very same interview, ametupia a hint that President William Ruto bought a bank immediately when he became a president. Immediately he became a president, he bought a bank. Can you imagine buying a bank? A bank. Do you know what it takes to run a bank, like an Equity Bank or KCB Bank or any other bank that you know, Absa Bank that you know in Kenya? Do you know what it takes? Opening a branch in every county, in every major city, in every... it's not a joke. It's not a joke. So now let's listen to Rigathi Gachagua venye anatuambia he bought a bank, and then let's hear next what they are doing with the bank and how the bank is maybe destroying other banks in Kenya right now.
It is kept in a bank that the president bought when he became president.
Huh?
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
We bought a bank?
He bought a bank. That's where the money goes.
Like local bank?
Yeah, local bank.
Which bank?
I don't want to say the name. Do your research. I'll tell you off camera, then you can go and do your research.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So there's a bank that has been bought to keep all this money in cash?
Yeah, that's where the money goes. And it's actually taking all businesses from Equity, from Cooperative Bank, from all other banks have lost money from government to this particular bank that the president bought through some process.
So Equity and Cooperative Bank are not in the,
They are not.
the elimination game?
They are not.
So we are remaining with...
all government money now for prostitutes, state corporations, they are kept in that particular bank that the president bought.
Yeah, wow.
Anyways, guys, Mr. Rigathi Gachagua has said whatever he had to say. Personally, I don't have any opinion on this matter because I'm just a news presenter. So nangoja wewe utuambie kwa comment section what you think about this situation. Do you think it is a reality? Do you think it is true? Do you think it is something that the Kenyan President William Ruto is capable of? Do you think he can steal 3 to 4 trillion Kenyan shillings? As we all know, it is a lot and a lot of money. Now that we know all that, Rigathi Gachagua pia anasema that he will never trust anybody because as you all know, he says that President William Ruto alikuja kwake akalia. They never wrote any papers because seeing a grown-up man crying was enough to trust him, because if it was a woman or a child, he wouldn't have trusted. But a grown-up man crying is not an easy. So I don't know, and I've never seen President William crying, but that is what the former deputy president of Kenya is saying. So let's now check at what he has to say about this situation. Na utuambie kwa comment section, what do you think about that interview he had with Oga Obina? Do you think it is very productive? Do you think amechinja watu kwa hiyo interview, ama you think that it was just biased stuff or some things that he just had to say?
Bila kuandikania na kuwe na mashahidi na mawakili na copies. I cannot. Never.
Haukuwa na hata document moja?
Nothing.
Word of mouth?
Word of mouth.
I got you, are good. You got me, let's go.
The guy would even come here and cry. Tears. Yeah. I'm telling you.
Machozi hivi?
Machozi.
Hapa kwa nyumba?
Yeah, when you see a grown-up man crying, you feel for him.
About what?
He was, you know, I was a great friend of Uhuru Kenyatta. I was his PA. And at one point, he felt like I'm under so much pressure from my family and other people to go back to Uhuru Kenyatta. And he knew if I left him, he's done. So he was here crying. My brother, please, I beg you, don't leave me. I've suffered. I'm a good man. I'm a Christian. My brother, let's stay together. You know, crying tears. And I said, okay, Pastor, let's help this man.
So akilia ulikuwa unadu?
I was in shock.
Hata serviette?
Sasa mtu mzima analia machozi anakulilia. Please, my brother, don't abandon me. Yeah? So, but I can tell you, if there's a guy who is deceptive,
so guy. The tears, machozi, kume machozi is your, mom, kume ni machozi ndio.
You know, if there's a woman crying or children,
yeah,
you take it just so lightly. But a grown-up man over 50 crying, and a leader for that matter, you know, you take it very, very, very seriously.
And those tears made you form a government with someone without writing nothing down?
He made me abandon my brother, my kinsman Uhuru Kenyatta, a man I had worked with for many years, whom we had come very far. And he conned me to abandon my own brother and friend through deception. But that's a story for another day. We are better people. Yeah, we are better people. Another day, we are very careful, extremely careful.
Okay.
And we don't trust.
Okay.
We don't.
Weka kwa karatasi.
So not just karatasi.
A
lot of due diligence and research.
Okay.
Who is this man? Who is the father? Who is the mother? Where did he grow up? Where did he go to school? Who knows him? Which deal has he ever done with somebody? And it has succeeded.
Okay.
You must do due diligence of the character of anybody you want now to deal with.
Yeah.
Because what has happened to me and my community and the country, I mean, it's unprecedented. How do you con a whole community? You know?
We'll get to that conversation.
Reverends, pastors, you know?
We'll get to that.
Men of God, you know?
We are coming there.
You know, I'm telling you, we must be very, very careful.
Okay.
And those are the lessons that I've learned, and I'm grateful to God that I have time now to rectify, and in my future endeavors and relationships, I am more informed.
We'll work on it.
Yeah.